Welcome to Mountain Brook Farm. My name is Wade Belter, and I would like to talk to you about a Holland Lop litter that we have, which is 25 days old now. The dam of the litter is Mountain Brook Janette, a blue eyes, Vienna marked, black sable magpie Holland Lop doe, and the sire is Mountain Brook Diesel, a white ear, Vienna carrier, black Japanese Holland Lop buck. Here is a Vienna carrier, black Japanese Holland Lop doe that is 25 days old. Look at the white on the hind feet and the white on the feet. There's also white under the color of the ears. When this kit was younger, we thought it was an over-colored and overmarked white ear. When this kit is breeding age, the first litter will identify whether or not this is a white ear. You have to have the white ear gene in order to produce the white ear gene. Right now we're looking at the eyes, and there are no Vienna blue eyes, so this is a Vienna carrier. But back to the white ear gene, you must have a rabbit with the white ears in order to reproduce another rabbit with white ears. It is passed down through the rabbit that has the white ears only. The gene, the rabbit that you need to use is the one that has white ears. So sometimes you could have a white ear kit in the litter that is overcolored or overmarked, and it's still a white ear, and it will produce white ears. When this kit was younger, we thought it was an overcolored or overmarked white ear. We just tried posing, and I think they just don't have the strength at this age, being that it's 25 days old. They just don't have the strength to be able to sit up and pose. So I usually try a little bit, and if there's nothing that's there, then I don't really push the issue any further. I just wait until they're older. This is a heavy marked kit with the Japanese gene and pattern. The color seems to come in patches of color along the body. It's cute. Let's take a look at our next kit. Here is a Vienna carrier, black Japanese Holland Lop doe, 25 days old. There's a little bit of white on the nose. We have some patches on the face. There's one dark ear and one light ear, and some offset patches of color on the head near the ear. We have half a bar of color, half a band of color on the back. Generally, you want to have 5 or 6 alternations of color along the side of the body, and you want the face to be divided in half or into quarters of color. But this is a cute little brood doe. She's cute. Let's take a look at the eyes and see if there's any blue in there. The eyes look gray. Gray eyes are not Vienna blue eyes. So we identified this kit as a Vienna carrier. They're dark to gray looking. There is a white mark on the nose, and some people would identify this as being Vienna marked. There's also a white mark on one of the feet, but we only identify them as Vienna marked if they have the Vienna blue eyes. Otherwise, we call them Vienna carriers. So most people will interchange Vienna carrier and Vienna marked, so they're kind of just referred to as one, really. So that's why we do that. We just call them Vienna carriers. If they have the blue Vienna eyes, then we call them a Vienna marked rabbit. This is a cute little doe. They're 25 days old, so they're out of the nest box, and the nest box has been removed from the cage. So all of the kits are still nursing, but they're also drinking water and they're eating rabbit pellets. As soon as they come out of the nest box, we put in a little bowl of rabbit pellets that's small enough that they can crawl into and eat from. We don't give them oats or anything like that. We want to just get them on the rabbit pellets as soon as possible. It's better for them in the long run. There's less issues. Previously, we've tried using hay and other things, and we always ended up making our rabbits sick with too much food and overfeeding. So we just stick to the rabbit pellets. That's all we're feeding. Let's take a look at this white ear. Okay, so this is the white ear Vienna carrier black Japanese Holland Lop buck, 25 days old. Right away I'm noticing darker color on one side of the head than the other side, which is a good Japanese pattern to have. We have the white ear gene here, so we have white ears, of course. We have a white chest, 2 white front legs, and the hind feet should be white, and the belly, I believe, is solid white. That's all colors that the white ear gene will express. The Japanese gene has one side of the face a little darker than the other side of the face, which is desired in a headshot of a Holland Lop rabbit with the Japanese variety. Let's take a look at the eye color. The eyes look gray. They're a blue-gray. So a Vienna blue eye is a very sky blue eye. It's very distinctive. So we're going to identify this kid as being a Vienna carrier. If it had the true Vienna blue eye, we would call it a Vienna marked rabbit. But for our purposes here, we're going to identify this one as a Vienna carrier. There is a lot of white on this rabbit, where somebody could justifiably call it a Vienna marked rabbit, but for our purposes, we're only going to identify rabbits with the true Vienna blue eye as being Vienna marked. Cute little guy. Cute little buck. And he's got a couple bars of color on the back. They don't go all the way across, but a true Japanese pattern would have 6 variations of color along the side. Now we have another rabbit. This one is a little doe. This is a white ear Vienna carrier black Japanese Holland Lop doe that is 25 days old, and we just showed the belly where you could see all of the white. It had a white belly, the chest is white, the front legs and the hind legs are white, there's a white blaze. Look at all of the color along the back. So this has a Japanese gene at hand, it has the white ear gene at hand, and it also has the Vienna gene at hand. And we're going to check the eye color here in a little bit, but right now we're getting a good look at the Japanese gene. The variations of color, there should be about 6 variations of color, 6 to 7 variations of color along the side of the rabbit. The bands or bars should go all the way over or else alternate. So it is a heavier marked rabbit than the one previous, but it's not perfectly marked. Look at those eyes. Those are gray eyes. Those are blue-gray eyes. So we're going to identify this rabbit as a Vienna carrier. When we choose our Vienna marked rabbits, we choose rabbits with the really, really true blue, sky blue eye. It's very distinct compared to other blue eyes. Here you can see the Japanese pattern along the back. We're looking at variations of color. It's kind of got some tan patches of color. The dam has a lot of patches of color. She's marked really well, but she has patches versus bars or bands. I'm seeing that come through on the kits in this litter. This is a cute little doe. I'm not so concerned about the hind feet when they're this age because they change so much. They go through gangly stages just like any other teenager will. And that's the end of our presentation. Thanks for watching our video. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye.